U.S. troops. There are unconfirmed reports a number of militia members have been killed. It is the second time President Biden has ordered airstrikes in the region. Dave?
Simon Secretary of State Antony Blinken just said 10,000 ISIS fighters remain in detention camps in Syria, calling that untenable, wanting them sent to other countries to be prosecuted or rehabilitated. Blinken is in Rome, just wrapped up private talks with Pope Francis at the Vatican. Word out of Iran today, it hasn't decided whether to agree with the UN's nuclear watchdog to renew an expired deal to allow for more inspections. This amid U.S. attempts to rejoin the international nuclear agreement President Trump pulled the U.S. out of. In Surfside, Florida,
the number of confirmed fatalities remains at 9.
And Miami-Dade Mayor Daniela Levine-Cava says it's still 152 people unaccounted for in that partial condo building collapse.
Crews have not pulled anyone alive from the collapse site since early Thursday morning. Yesterday, the families of the missing were allowed to visit the collapse site, many shouting messages in hopes of finding loved ones under the heavy concrete and twisted metal. State, local, and federal authorities are working side by side as they investigate what caused the Champlain Towers South to suddenly collapse.
That's Fox's Charles Watson in Surfside. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
That's what Dell Technologies heading out to Alligator Alley. Keep in mind, there's some heavy to patchy fog out there close to State Road 29. You may just drive in and out of it, but FHP has issued a travel advisory just for some visibility issues on the alley. For the most part, we're not seeing any delays, though, heading toward the East Coast along 75 Alligator Alley. The East Trail not too bad as well. 75 throughout Collier and Lee counties, nice and quiet. No problems on 41 as well. If you're crossing the bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers, should only take you a few minutes in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day across the state as highs get right back into the 90s with triple-digit feels-like temperatures in some locations. On and off rain showers will begin around noon and stick with us through the late afternoon and evening hours. Otherwise, our run of active weather continues into this week, so we'll have on and off scattered showers each and every day into your 4th of July weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and, when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tile roof inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tile roof inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tile roof inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Enjoy the energizing power of the outdoors. We recommend a mid-morning break in nature. So get outside and make your morning break better with a Nature Valley granola bar.
Is foot pain making your life miserable?
The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief.
Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers.
Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's, and we do appreciate you watching the program coming up this morning. Hey, can a drug be right-wing? That is a big question. And even Bill Maher was asking this question over the weekend, and a lot of people are saying this. And I wonder, when it comes to telling the truth, telling the facts, whether it is COVID or whether it's about the economy or whether it's about anything that's going on in this country, whether it's critical race theory, understand that there are way too many people that are invested in lying to you flat out in order to push a political agenda. And unfortunately, whether that means lying to you and possibly having someone that you love leave this planet because their interest is not in the healing of that individual, but it's about the politics. That's sick. That's not even something to joke about. That's sick. Is that what's happening? Is that even possible? Do we have any more examples of that? Well, we'll talk about that coming up this morning. I'm going to give you the latest on Surfside and the building collapse and how there's a lot of lies that are going on there. You didn't have to wait very long for the lies and the media to come out and start to post stories that would be negative against the governor of the state of Florida, not letting a crisis go to waste. Boy, who would say that, and who would think that to the point where it would make you sick to your stomach?
I'm really offended personally.
Well, speaking of sick to your stomach, I'm just saying that, the whole crisis going to waste. I don't know how we got to Hillary and we didn't get to Biden, but that's okay. Or how we didn't get to Obama, but that's okay. Let's just put it this way. The Democrats have that as almost policy, like not letting a crisis go to waste. It's horrific what is happening, and the job that first responders have to do and how tough it has been through this whole weekend. The death toll climbs, and more people who are missing, not being found, and we're going to keep an eye on that this morning. We'll have the latest coming up. And also, it's one of these situations where, the narrative that's out there is so strong that would be against the former president by some, frustrated about the former president of the United States being able to pull in tens of thousands of people into a rally, and how we're not supposed to be encouraged by tens of thousands of people showing up for a former president, where a current president can barely figure out where he is and I'm not even trying to joke about that. I mean, everybody knows it. Everybody understands the conditions with Joe Biden physically. And again, I'm bringing this up for this reason, and we're going to play some of the audio of this big Ohio rally. I get it. There are some people who want to move on from the former president of the United States. I get it. There are some people who think, look, it's Ron DeSantis' time. He's exactly what we're looking for because it's all of Trump's policies, but not in the same packaging, if you know what I mean. I get it. But far too many times I hear people bringing that up, and I don't hear enough about the positive things about the messages and the policies of the former president and focusing on that, but instead focusing on Trump himself. Like just once, just once, I would like to hear more of a discussion about the former president's policies and the positive nature of those policies, as opposed to, oh, we got to move on from this president, or it doesn't make a difference, or he's just about. I'd really love to hear more about the things specifically that he's talking about, and I'll play some of the audio coming up so you can hear it in case you missed it. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for visiting the website. Hey, before we go any further, I did want to talk about this. You know, the latest out of Miami and Surfside, and, you know, the story that certainly many people are keeping an eye on, at least 9 dead now after this partial building collapse. And so many moments where they're, you know, finding survivors and moments where, you know, the hope is dwindling to find survivors in this building collapse. The work of first responders, how incredible that has been. And obviously there'll be time to talk more about how this possibly could have happened. We heard about $9 million worth of structural repair needed on this building. And it seems as if that was clearly that was put off, and as that information will come out. But it certainly isn't the time, or it certainly wouldn't be wise or welcome if there are some who are doing their best to try to make it seem as if the governor of the state of Florida has no idea what he's doing, doesn't care about helping. You know, the narrative that people are putting out that even when it comes to COVID, this governor was so insensitive. He could care less about the deaths. He could care less about those that were catching the vid during the height of the pandemic. And he just brushed it off. Rebecca Jones, who's a hero, who was trying to let everybody know about the cases and the data scientist and what a scientist she was. Well, she wasn't really a scientist. But anyway, this narrative that she was a hero and we should be looking at her more and how evil the government. Now, you might be saying, don't get carried away. What are you talking about here, Drew? What's the point? Well, here's the point. 2 news stories that are disturbing. One happened over the weekend from, who is it? WPLG. Is what, the local, I don't know which affiliate, ABC affiliate in South Florida? Here's the headline, June 26, mother of Surfside building collapse victim lashes out at DeSantis for, quote, not doing enough. For not doing enough. What relative of Surfside building collapse victim lashes out? Distraught relatives standing up in front of a group of relatives, facing off and officials. It's not enough. And listen, the reason why people get upset about this is because imagine being in that position. It's horrific. It's horrible. It's emotional. The families, it's natural that you would want to lash out. You would want answers. Of course you would. But to hear people saying things like this, and then the media running with it, to say, well, what do you have to say about this, Governor? What's your response? Can you take a step back? I know it hasn't been a week yet, but can you take a step back and take a breath and not make it immediately about distraught family members who are looking for answers, who are saying things that you may not want to put out there unless you're running with a narrative and taking advantage of people's grief, which I hope that's not the case, because that's horrific. But there are some that do. And if you think that's an outrageous statement, then I would love for somebody to explain this headline to me. Hannah Dreer is from the Washington Post. She's a national reporter. They're saying in emergency management, the first 24 hours are the only 24 hours. FEMA was ready to deploy the Condo collapse almost immediately and include the crisis in its daily briefing, but didn't get permission from the governor to get on the ground for a full day. Can I say that again? This is from the Washington Post. They're saying in emergency management that the first 24 hours are the only 24 hours, and FEMA was ready to deploy to the condo collapse almost immediately and included the crisis in its daily briefing, but didn't get permission from the governor. Didn't get permission from the governor to get on the ground for a full day. Now, do you think that that's possible? Do you honestly think that the governor of the state of Florida was waiting and going, I could care less about these families. I could care less about this situation. I'm going to kind of wait. Do you realize that, of course, he wouldn't do that? Nobody would do that. Why is Joe Biden not on the ground someplace in South Florida? Has anybody asked that question? Somebody in the newsroom just asked me that question. Hey, have you heard anything? Because we haven't heard anything. Is he going to make his way down there? Like, what's going on? Wouldn't you imagine a tragedy like what has happened in South Florida? Wouldn't you show up? Like, how come you're not there, President Biden? What's going on with that? I haven't even heard anything. Jay, can you do me this favor? Can you go to one of the magical search engine machines? You don't even have to make it Google. You can make it somebody else. I don't care. Go to DuckDuckGo. Go to someplace else. Hey, can you find out just if Joe Biden has made any plan at all to show up in South Florida? Or maybe he did over the weekend and I missed it. And if he did, you want to text me? 239-479-5592. Okay. Here's the problem with the narrative that the Washington Post ran with. And many people were bringing this up. That this conspiracy theory needs to stop, and it needs to stop right now. And there are a couple of people who brought this to the attention of the Twitterverse. You know, the ones who know more than you. The state government can't act without local permission, and the federal government can't act without state permission. The first person in line to declare an emergency is the mayor of Miami-Dade County. That's how it works here in the state. That's how it works. You declare an emergency, it goes to the state, the governor signs off to the feds, and there you go. But it didn't get done, everybody, and here's the problem. It should have been done earlier. It should have been done right away. The mayor didn't sign an emergency order until 4:33 p.m. in the afternoon. The governor signed one less than an hour later once he got the emergency order from the mayor. Now, I don't know why the mayor waited that long. I don't know anything about the mayor. The point is clear that there are people who are willing to take a tragedy and exploit it and make it seem like it's Governor DeSantis' fault for politics. I know that sounds shocking. You might even need shocking music to go along with it. Hey, do we have any of that? What is it? I know it's shocking. But it shouldn't shock you with a lot of the things that we're hearing in the news lately, including a story that I'm going to get to this morning about a right-wing drug. Did you know that drugs could be right-wing? Did you know that a drug could be Republican? And if you hate Republicans, if you hate conservatives, that you could look at that drug and go, I'm not going to pass it. You kidding me? I'm not going to allow that drug to be passed around and used to save lives, even though there's evidence to show that it does. So the question was asked, Zero Hedge had the headline over the weekend, Ivermectin. Can a drug be right-wing? Matt Taibbi had the story, and wait till you hear this story. It's enough to make your blood boil. And it should. And it should. And the reason why I tell you all of these things is because you can't, whether it's critical race theory or whether it's the narrative being pushed that Republicans bad, Trump bad, so any kind of connection means that all of the things associated with have to be dismissed. You need to continue to push against that narrative. It's not going away. So we'll talk about that more coming up. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's, and I believe you can watch me right now at the website. I hope. I think. Yeah, it's there. Okay, Jake was checking. By the way, any word on Biden showing up in South Florida? Did you see anything on the news there?
Nope.
Not a thing. Huh. Okay. Stay break 92.5, Fox News. Right all along. Here's traffic. It's Trace O'Shea.
Good Monday morning. A foggy start out toward Alligator Alley if you're taking a ride towards State Road 29 or heading to the East Coast on the alley this morning. You'll drive in and out of some patchy fog out there, so just be extra cautious and take it slow on the roads. Keep a good following distance between you and the car in front of you. Same conditions out toward Marco Island as well. Visibility dropping there, so just be extra careful. Looking good up and down 41. We're not seeing any problems on the area bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers or downtown into North Fort Myers. And we are crash-free right now all across Southwest Florida. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day is in the forecast as highs will hit the 90s, with a few of us even feeling like we're in the triple digits. Otherwise, scattered rain chances build this afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
As summer driving shifts into high gear, you're paying more for gas. The average U.S. price for regular gasoline rose 2 cents over the past 2 weeks to $3.15 per gallon. And the Lundberg survey adds, a similar rise is likely to occur in coming days, and additional price hikes in the future may be larger as wholesale prices increase and some states' fuel taxes rise beginning July 1st. Crude oil futures were mixed overnight. The Wall Street Journal reports Americans are leaving unemployment rolls more quickly in states cutting off enhanced and extended benefits. Case in point, Missouri, where some businesses see an uptick in applications after the state set a June end to pandemic jobless aid. Asian markets ended lower, U.S. stock futures higher overnight. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal G. Ingrasso, invested in you.
You spent a long time tucked in. Tucked into your home, tucked into your auto-playing streaming box. Not anymore. Now you can untuck. Untuck a road trip. Untuck a Saturday tailgate. Then untuck a Sunday tailgate too. Untuck a concert and dance like you've never danced before. Untuck whatever you damn well please. And if you want to look good while doing it, untuck with the shirt made for this moment. Untuck it. Shirts designed to be worn untucked. Find your shirt today at untuckit.com.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America.
NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Do you consider yourself the best of the best in HVAC? Conditioned Air is looking for A players to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Don't wait. Go online to conditionedair.com and apply right now. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
She's been shopping for months to make sure that when she walks, people are always looking at her feet. Italian, classic, modern, she had to find the perfect look. And when her friends come and visit, their gaze always goes down to admire her floors.
Get your floors noticed. GC Flooring Boutique for indoor and outdoor living. View GC Flooring's extensive stone, mosaic, vinyl, wood, and tile. Your Leño Bastone Gallery on JNC Boulevard. GCFlooringofNaples.com.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-346-9797 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 1-800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797, 1-800-346-9797.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Some business news. Papa has just introduced the new I Don't Know meal for people who can't decide what to order. How can you be undecided when the entire menu has basically one thing?
Is that true? Did they really do that? And I don't know. Like, if you walk up and they, can I take your order? And you're like, I don't know. I'll just order the I don't know meal. That's a joke, right? I mean, well, of course it's Jimmy Fallon. Not that it would necessarily be a funny joke. I'm just asking. It's that seems very odd. It's one of the few places where I guess he does have a point. It's one of the few places that you can go to where what's your choice? Like what? It's about quantity, isn't it? Wouldn't you say that that's the kind of place where it's like, how many pieces do you want? Or
that's pretty much it.
It's just a number. Like it should be an I don't know how many meal, and then just go from there. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. All right, we will talk more about Biden and visiting South Florida in just a minute.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Summer real deals are here.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Mel's is taking the heat off rising prices by bringing you cool summer real deals. Monday, every selection on the Golden Oldies menu is $10. We're talking Mel's famous meatloaf, chicken tenders, hot roast, and more, including sides. Just $10 with beverage purchase. Wednesday, Mel's award-winning fall-off-the-bone baby back ribs, served with coleslaw, super salad. It's a summer real deal at just $12.99. Thursday, enjoy a half-pound prepared-to-order Braveheart Black Angus cheeseburger with fries and slaw, plus a domestic draft, $9.99. And how about this? A summer real deal Friday and Saturday date night, featuring Mel's fresh roasted USDA choice prime rib, together with a glass of wine, just $15.99. Now that's a winning summer real deal. Summer real deals are happening now at Mel's Diner.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good Monday morning. A foggy start out toward Alligator Alley if you're taking a ride towards State Road 29 or heading to the East Coast on the alley this morning. You'll drive in and out of some patchy fog out there, so just be extra cautious and take it slow on the roads. Keep a good following distance between you and the car in front of you. Same conditions out toward Marco Island as well. Visibility dropping there, so just be extra careful. Looking good up and down 41. We're not seeing any problems on the area bridges between the Cape and Fort Myers or downtown into North Fort Myers. And we are crash-free right now all across Southwest Florida. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day across the state as highs get right back into the 90s with triple-digit feels-like temperatures in some locations. On and off rain showers will begin around noon and stick with us through the late afternoon and evening hours. Otherwise, our run of active weather continues into this week, so we'll have on and off scattered showers each and every day into your 4th of July weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more. Because it's hard to stop a train.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been telling you how to pick the best air conditioning company for years now, but here's a little reminder. At Kobe Cooling, we have a 100% NATE certified mechanic team. There are no other companies in Southwest Florida that even come close. We give you a better trained and certified mechanic, like my dad or my Uncle Mike. So, when you need service, there's only one real choice. Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Are you looking to have built or repaired a shingle, metal, or tile roof? Do you want to hire a company where the owner personally inspects your job and every job? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers Roofing. If the answer is yes, 844-WB-BUILT. W.B. Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a quote for the construction or repair of a shingle, metal, or tile roof, call me, Jimmy, 844-WB-BUILT. Or visit us at 2944 South Street in Fort Myers. Williamson Brothers Roofing also specializes in standing seam metal roofs and commercial flat roofs. Satisfied clients include Florida Gulf Coast University and Pensacola State College. Call Williamson Brothers Roofing at 844-WB-BUILT. That's 844-WB-BUILT. That's 844-WB-BUILT.
What's the best way to celebrate July 4th weekend? With a no-pay holiday. Now through Monday, and only at Florida's #1 Nissan dealers, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Buy a car, pay nothing. Zip, zero, nada. No pay at Sutherland means no money down, no interest financing, and no payments till 2022. Just announced through Monday only. Sutherland is giving you the freedom to trade any vehicle, any make or model, and get paid $8,000 over book value for it. Shop a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. 2 stores full of inventory. And this July 4th weekend, you don't pay at Sutherland. No money down, no interest, and no payments till 2022. Hurry before this no-pay holiday goes. Nobody gives you bigger, brighter, and better July 4th savings. But they end Monday. Only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching the program. It's good for your smartphone, smart device, your computer. We do appreciate it. Coming up, what did Bill Maher say about big tech, and what did he say about some of the COVID lies that are out there, and does it surprise you that he would even bring anything like this up? Look, every once in a while, Bill Maher says something that people raise an eyebrow about because it's almost like he's not supposed to be saying these things. And the question I have is, why is the left so late to the party all the time? How does that work? All of a sudden, we're supposed to pat him on the back, and we're supposed to be all excited about the fact that he figured it all out. Oh, congratulations! Oh, this is great! Isn't it great that Bill Maher? Where have you been? I'll explain in just a second. Hey, our first Friday at Oaks Farm Seed to Table is happening this Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. I hope to see you there. They open up an hour early, so you can join us for coffee and a great breakfast. A live broadcast each and every first Friday of the month. This week is the first Friday at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. And so we look forward to seeing you there at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. And we always have a great time and a great turnout. So we hope to see you again. This week is our first Friday of the month, once again, at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. So looking forward to that. All right, why don't we play a little bit of this? Let's play a little bit of Bill Maher over the weekend and, the monopoly that is out there when it comes to big tech. He's got concerns about big tech and what was said, especially with the COVID lies. Listen to this.
Because I find this outrageous. Facebook banned any post for 4 months about COVID coming from a lab. Of course, now even the Biden administration is looking into this. Right. Google, a Wall Street Journal reporter asked the head of Google's health division, notice that they don't do autofill searches for coronavirus lab leak the way they do it for any other question. And the guy said, well, we want to make sure the search isn't leading people down pathways that we would find to be not authoritative information. Well, you were wrong, Google and Facebook. Right. We don't know. The reason why we want you is because we're checking on this shit. He said, we want to ensure the first thing users see is information from the CDC, the WHO. That's who I'm checking on. The WHO's been very corrupt about a lot of shit, and the CDC's been wrong about a lot of shit. This is outrageous that I can't look this information up, and now they're doing it with this drug, Ivermectin. They threw Brett Weinstein off YouTube, or almost. He's one strike away. YouTube should not be telling me what I can see about Ivermectin. Ivermectin isn't a registered Republican. It's a drug. No. Well, I don't know if it works or not, and a lot of other doctors don't either.
Well, we're going to get into that in a little bit because there are some doctors that actually do know whether or not ivermectin works, and we've brought this up with a lot of other therapeutics like the dreaded hydroxychloroquine, which you're not allowed to say, and I might get pushed off of YouTube right now or Facebook or wherever I am, and you're watching at drewsteele.com. Who knows for even saying that? But why are people so late to the party? Why is it that Bill Maher says this right now and everybody's like, well, this is fantastic. Whoa. And even the audience is like, oh, really? I didn't know this was happening. Well, how could you not know that it's happening? And the Daily Caller had a story about this, how Facebook revised its ban on such posts in late May, saying, in light of ongoing investigations into the origin of COVID-19 and in consultation with public health experts, we'll no longer remove the claim that COVID-19 is man-made or manufactured from our apps. Really? Now you decide to do it. The ban put into effect April 16th of 2020 when they knew a whole lot about what COVID was and was not, and didn't know a whole lot about whether or not it could possibly be made in the lab, even though the WHO was quick to say, no, that's not the case. There were others that were on the side of Dr. Fauci and the NIH and the funding of the lab in Wuhan that were putting out narratives and certain scientists that wanted to run with it because what? You didn't want everybody to know the truth. That were saying, no. They deemed the allegations of lab leaks or deliberate development of the COVID-19 as misinformation alongside claims of, quote, vaccines are not effective at preventing the disease they are meant to protect against. It's safer to get the disease than to get the vaccine, and vaccines are toxic, dangerous, or cause autism. So it went along with those bans. And social media giants were slammed over the lab leak theory censorship after Fauci admitted that it could be a possibility. But again, all of this because of what? Because of politics? And there are a lot of examples that are going to be coming up on the COVID side, the political side, and what we have and have not been able to see in the past. And then, of course, there's the story about the monopolies of big tech. And that was brought up in the segment with Bill Maher over the weekend.
This dovetails into the monopoly thing, though. If you didn't have such control over searches, for example, this wouldn't be as much of an issue because if you didn't go to Google, you could go somewhere else. And you can go somewhere else. But when you have a market, what is it, 90% Google controls the searches? Right. Yeah, at that point, this is a function of the monopoly.
When it becomes the word for doing it, you have a monopoly.
Yeah. Is he wrong about that? And this is something that everybody knows, that we all agree with, that, I was talking to somebody over the weekend about this, to the victors get the spoils. And how many times you've heard about in history? Well, we don't know the true history because we know how history was written by the victors and the way they made up stories or the way they describe things. And so if hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, the victors were the ones that were able to describe the situation at the time, and that's how history portrayed those time periods, then doesn't it make sense that Google, as 90% of the marketplace, 90% of the marketplace goes to Google to get information, to get what they believe are the facts, what they believe is the right place to get a story, and how Google by default puts every liberal-leaning website and organization in the top feeds. You don't go to page 17 of a Google search to find out what you're looking for. You look at the first page, maybe the second page, and just look and obviously go ahead and put into Google the most basic of information, especially when it comes to politics, and watch what comes up. It's the New York Times, it's the Washington Post, it's the BBC, it's you can go right down the line. It's every liberal-leaning website that you can imagine with stories that are not going to be factual. They're stories that are going to have political leans, and is that the victors get the spoils? So it's the same thing with Google. And that's what we've seen for the longest time. I guess my frustration with it is very simple. That why is it that now all of a sudden you have a liberal audience that's sitting there listening to Bill Maher who's who's making sense and is concerned about things that we've been talking about for over a year. And with politics, every once in a while, he's saying things that seem to be coming around to maybe a libertarian, small R Republican. Maybe not. But all of a sudden, he'll come around to a viewpoint that many people have held on the right. And the audience is like, I guess if Bill Maher's saying it, okay, I'll applaud, yeah. Well, I didn't realize this because nobody would tell me. And how that's like heroic, I don't know. But we continue to see that. All right, 239-479-5592. Hey, when we come back, the former president of the United States was having a big rally. How many people showed up to the rally? How did it go? What did he say? Would you just be surprised to find out that it went pretty well? I would say even better than anything that Joe Biden has done lately or in the past. Or
we choose truth over facts.
Who doesn't want to hear that guy? Most of the country, which is really strange. And 974 million people voted for him, which still seems pretty strange. All right, we'll get to all of that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, and we appreciate Therese O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
Good Monday morning. Right now, we're getting word of a crash on Bonita Beach Road and I-75. Looks like it's on the exit ramp coming off 75 southbound, not blocking anything. Just something to watch for as troopers, deputies will be responding to that to get it cleared. Otherwise, we're clear along the rest of the interstate. Just some patchy fog if you're heading towards State Road 29 out on Alligator Alley or along Marco Island this morning, especially on the island itself, but up and down 951 Collier Boulevard toward the East Trail, you may notice some of that patchy fog out there as well. Just drive in and out of it, so take it slow and be extra careful on the morning commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day is in the forecast as highs will hit the 90s, with a few of us even feeling like we're in the triple digits. Otherwise, scattered rain chances build this afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell introduced the original cookies and cream ice cream. So every time you dig into that familiar creamy vanilla ice cream that's loaded with chunks of chocolate cream cookies, you can say thanks. You're more than welcome.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Super Targets and Walgreens.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpets.
Well, we have the Dreamweaver Select, which is this is $3.99 carpet, pad, and labor, but this has a lifetime warranty for pet stains, abrasive wear, and even for steps, a stair warranty. Nobody's ever had that before.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
What makes your perfect 4th of July plate? How about ice-cold watermelon? Juicy hamburgers and hot dogs, sweet corn on the cob, and potato salad made from scratch. Top it off with some handcrafted lemonade. Whatever makes your perfect 4th of July plate, Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market have you covered. Happy Independence Day from Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market.
From the seed to the table, growing in noodles.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946, no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 23946 no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I called National Exterminators. For just $46, they get all rodents and bugs. 23946 no bug.
Call the boys and National Exterminators at 23946 no bug, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, coming up, the former president of the United States doing a rally. How did it go? Did anybody show up? Did anybody know? We'll talk about that. We'll play some of the audio. And again, making the point that, hey, I know there are some that are like, oh, you got to move on from Trump. Stop talking about him. Come on, we got Ron DeSantis. Go, everybody. Well, can we talk about some of the policies of the president? Can we talk about some of the things that he's saying and then maybe focus on that? If you have a problem, I'm just asking. Seems like everybody that has that thought. Oh, we got to move on from the former president. Yeah. Well, how about the policies? Can we talk about those? Sorry. All right, 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. Hey, quick question. If you didn't know that a Twinkie was out there on the shelf, like right now, like you had no idea, like the talk of Twinkies went away. It's one of the staples. See, Jake the millennial lives on 2 things. Actually, 3 things. He lives on ramen noodles, Twinkies, and Slim Jims, right?
I mean, you have one of the 3, right?
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way. It's if Jake was going to have a sandwich, there would be nothing wrong with having the Twinkie and putting the Slim Jim in the middle of it, because the Twinkie would be like the bread.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. If we didn't talk about Twinkies anymore or Slim Jims, would you stop buying them? Do you think that's the way to tackle obesity, is to stop talking about them?
I don't purchase Twinkies anyway.
Okay. Give me your favorite junk food. I mean, I'm constantly seeing you eating them. What, Slim Jims? You like Slim Jims?
I love Slim Jims.
How about, okay, Slim Jims.
Not Slim Jims in general, but just.
How about pickled eggs?
Love them.
Okay, there you go. All right. If we didn't talk about pickled eggs anymore, like no advertising, nothing, gone. And we were like, listen, pickled eggs, you have no idea. The obesity problem in this country is out of control. And the way that we're going to stop people from eating pickled eggs is to just stop talking about them. Would you, for a second, think, oh, pickled eggs must be gone. There must be no more pickled eggs on the planet. And that's how you would get rid of obesity. Does that make any sense?
Nope.
Okay. And the only reason why I tell you about this story and how weird it is, how odd it is because typically what happens in socialist countries somehow makes its way here because, Democrats are typically communist, social. They're usually that way anyway, the Democrats. So the nanny state is big in some countries. And the UK has a new idea. Starting in 2023, the government is going to ban junk food advertising. Not junk food, but advertising before 9 p.m. on TV. So before 9 o'clock, no ads about junk food. As Jonathan Turley puts in this story, a move that not only will limit speech rights, but undermine broadcasters who rely on the revenue. So I guess the assumption is that before 9 o'clock, the kids they're up, and 9 o'clock kids, and boom, the kids are in bed. So you've eliminated that problem.
Yeah, but isn't it worse to eat sweets at like 9 o'clock, right? So like if I'm gonna be advertise sweets past 9 o'clock, I might go grab an Oreo because I see a commercial. So isn't that worse?
Right. So what about that? So the kids don't have to worry about grabbing a Twinkie, but the adults now are just gonna blow up because they're gonna hear because they're gonna stuff. They're gonna double stuff. See what I did there? They're gonna double stuff the ads after 9 p.m. to try to get to make up for the fact that it's, as Jonathan Turley put it, it's a move reminiscent of the Big Gulp laws. Remember Michael Bloomberg with the Big Gulp laws? Can't have a 64-ounce soda. You can't have. They're trying to outlaw those.
Isn't that the guy who spent like $1 billion trying to be president?
Yeah, he also. That's the same guy talked about. Remember the one who was talking about guns and how he knows all about them, right? It was. What did he? I'm trying to remember what exactly he said. How did Michael Bloomberg put it with guns?
Pistols are different. You have to pull the trigger each time. An assault weapon, you basically hold it, goes. Blah, blah, blah.
No, those are fully automatic weapons.
Okay. And that guy wanted to be president. He also wanted to stop obesity by taking away your right to grab yourself a sugary dessert or drink. I mean, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, last night I made an abomination of a sweet treat before I went to sleep.
What was that?
It was 3 scoops of peanut butter,
Yeah.
a whole egg, a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sugar. You spin it, you stir it up together and you put it in the microwave for 1.5 minutes, and it's a peanut butter brownie. It's like a peanut butter brownie thing.
Here, more than trying to stop obesity by, instead of saying to people, hey, listen, we're going to teach you a little bit about what these sweets can do to you and obesity and what it might mean to your health. Instead, we're going to compel you to not eat them by taking away, like a government's going to come along, the nanny state. Instead of focusing on that with obesity, I wonder if we should focus on like Jake and millennials and Gen Zs and others who are getting their cooking advice from TikTok in 30 seconds or less.
It was god-awful, by the way, I have to tell you.
But you all are doing that more and more. You ever, like, if you go on Facebook and it's like these life hacks, you ever see those quick videos where everything's sped up like 3 or 4 times and you see some dude mixing something in a mixing bowl and then they just pour all this stuff in and all of a sudden it's like, oh, look, it's a flower. Like, well, how did you do that? And you're getting all your cooking advice from these short little TikTok videos. That has to stop. I'll bet you that's causing a little bit of obesity. All right. I'm not going to censor sugary foods. You got to stop this.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Let's talk about where you walk. Trey Riedel here for Britt's Carpet Outlet. What you walk on in your own home is entirely up to you. It should look good, of course, but it should work for the makeup and size of your family, whether your kids, quite frankly, have 2 legs or 4. One of the most versatile floors that you can buy is called the Luxury Structured Vinyl Plank. It's from Brits, and with hundreds of colors and styles, it can match any decor and is completely kid-proof, which is kind of important for us. Plus, it's waterproof and pet-proof. Easy to install yourself, or you can always count on Brits professional installers. Now, if you prefer carpet, they just received a truckload of carpet, so it is in stock and ready for quick installation at prices that simply cannot be beat even by the big box stores. So to show their appreciation, now through July 17th, Brits Carpet will be giving 15% off of all regular priced carpet and flooring to all active and retired military and law enforcement. Shop Brits in Fort Myers and Cape Coral, and be sure to tell them the Trey Riedel sent you.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialist can handle any AC repair. Call 855 1 Hour for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Jason and Todd want to light up your 4th of July weekend and celebrate big this year by offering you 5 years interest-free financing July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The Diamond District is offering you 5 years interest-free financing on the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds and diamond jewelry.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. After all we've been through, isn't it time to focus on what really matters? Living your best life. There are a lot of moving pieces when it comes to investment and retirement planning. It's important to get it right, and we can help. AnnexWealth.com is the place to start. Click the Get Started button. Put a pro on your side with a local, fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management, AnnexWealth.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
President Biden's done it again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, ordering airstrikes targeting Iran-backed militants just like he did in February. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
Dave, American warplanes have fired airstrikes on what the Pentagon describes as facilities used by militia groups supported by Iran. The U.S. accuses these groups of launching drone attacks to target American troops in Iraq. 2 of the sites hit were in Syria, but a third was just across the border in Iraq. And that's prompting rare Iraqi criticism of U.S. military action. The Iraqi military calling the strike a breach of sovereignty. There is no official word on casualties. Dave?
And there are reports of Iraqi militia deaths, and those Iran-backed groups put out a statement promising to avenge the blood of the righteous martyrs, as they called them, in Surfside, Florida.
I have a lot of survivor's guilt on this, Why me and why not my neighbor from 604? She was like a lovely lady.
Alfredo Lopez lives in the condo building that partially collapsed. 9 people are confirmed dead, 152 still unaccounted for.
Crews are working 12-hour shifts digging through the debris. It is a tedious process as family members wait anxiously for updates. There has been no shortage of resources. Yesterday, a search and rescue team from Israel arrived to help as teams on the ground use sonar and laser equipment and K9 units to find survivors.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera in Surfside. 3 people are dead in Chicago when a commuter train collided with a car pushing at a half-mile till the train finally stopped.
All 3 people inside of the vehicle died upon impact, including a young girl. At least 40 passengers were on the train at the time of the crash. 3 people sustained minor injuries.
Nate Rogers with Fox 32 TV in Chicago, where there were 2 shootings last night, leaving a woman dead, 13 injured. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. Right now, we're getting word of a crash on Bonita Beach Road and I-75. Looks like it's on the exit ramp coming off 75 southbound, not blocking anything. Just something to watch for as troopers, deputies will be responding to that to get it cleared. Otherwise, we're clear along the rest of the interstate. Just some patchy fog if you're heading towards State Road 29 out on Alligator Alley or along Marco Island this morning, especially on the island itself, but up and down 951 Collier Boulevard toward the East Trail, you may notice some of that patchy fog out there as well. Just drive in and out of it, so take it slow and be extra careful on the morning commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day across the state as highs get right back into the 90s with triple-digit feels-like temperatures in some locations. On and off rain showers will begin around noon and stick with us through the late afternoon and evening hours. Otherwise, our run of active weather continues into this week, so we'll have on and off scattered showers each and every day into your 4th of July weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Hurricane season is here, and there's a lot we need to do to prepare our homes. It's important not to forget about electrical safety, from generators to surge protectors. Mr. Sparky is here for you before, during, and after the storm to provide the best in electrical care. Give us a call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Dial Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Summer is around the corner. Let me ask you, how great is it to go take a walk in 95-degree heat, 100% humidity, no rain, and your glasses on? Ever try playing sports with your glasses on in the summer? How about even just heading into the pool? It's annoying. It's terrible. Do yourself a favor. Go get LASIK. I did it with Dr. Jonathan France and his team, and honestly, my life has been changed. It's amazing. I mean, imagine just waking up in the morning and not having to deal with looking at the alarm clock, fumbling for your glasses, playing sports, whatever it may be. LASIK is the way. Give Dr. France and his team a call today. Dial star 2020 from your mobile phone. Again, star 2020 from your mobile phone. Before the summer starts, get your LASIK today with Dr. France and his team. I did. It changed my life.
Friends, I care.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live if you'd like to watch the program every day at drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, whether it's on your smartphone, smart device, or just on your computer, wherever and whatever it is. Ohio, and the Trump train moving through Ohio. What?
Tell all the world, join hands and form a Trump train, a Trump train.
Do you miss me? They miss me. Together, we will send Biden and the media and all of the people that are so bad to our country, big tech tyrants, a message they cannot ever censor, cancel, or ignore. We will take back the House, we will take back the Senate, and we will take back America, and we will do it soon.
Tell all the world, join hands and form a Trump train, a Trump train.
All right, that's good. All right. The Trump train is back in Ohio. Did you get a chance to watch? How many people watched the Trump train moving through Ohio? Was it 2 million people? Over 2 million people watched the Ohio rally online. The first post-presidential rally on Saturday, and by the looks of how many people were there, it sure didn't look like any Democrat events, I can tell you that. It looked like a lot of people were enthusiastic about seeing the former president. Thousands rallying in Wellington, Ohio, and people had shirts on that said, "Don't blame me, I voted for Trump." And even with the banning on Facebook and Twitter, still found a way to get out there and hear about it. Again, 2 million views on Right Side Broadcasting Network and Rumble alone in a few hours. So the president on Rumble, and that's a pretty big deal, you would say, right? What were some of the other things that, besides the music? You play a little bit of what he said? Hold on, let's get to this. Here we go. Let's see. What did he say here?
The people of this land will not be ruled and talked down to by corrupt politicians, petty tyrants, left-wing bullies, or socialist bureaucrats in a place called Washington, D.C. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. So talking about the petty tyrants, talking about the left wing, the cancel culture, right? Those that would love to see critical race theory in our schools. And no, it's not being taught in our schools. You can't even prove it until you find out that it's actually there. Again, don't get confused by the language of critical race theory and those particular words. Just understand anytime you hear anything about social engineering and social justice and quality of outcomes and all of those kind of words. And if you hear any of that and you know your kids are being taught that in school, then you know it's happening. And the president, look, going after just about everything that is happening right now in the country. And I'm bringing this up because obviously the contrast between who's in office right now and the former president and some of what he had to say, and then those that attack the former president and just want him to go away and why don't you stop this? You're making a big mistake by focusing on Trump. You need to be focusing on somebody else. How about Ron DeSantis? Why can't you focus on DeSantis for 2024? And do that instead. And all I'm suggesting is listen to what the former president has to say with the things that are going on right now. And can we focus on, and can we all agree that what he's talking about is an issue and how good it was when we did have somebody who recognized the threats that are out there. For example,
we will stand up to China, make them pay trillions in reparations, and ensure that America, not China, dominates the future.
I mean, listen, China wants that, right? I mean, you wouldn't disagree with those policies and the former president saying that. I mean, if you're somebody who for some reason wants the former president to go away, how about the fact that there are people that are showing up and care about that? We have an administration that's not pushing back against China. I mean, how many Republicans would be talking a talk but wouldn't walk the walk?
We will defend American sovereignty. We will secure America's borders, and we will end illegal immigration, that dangerous, horrible term, once and for all.
You know, and when it comes to that, we also have to realize that the president wanted to do that all along, and which Republicans were the ones that were pushing back. And you can't forget all of this and recognize who were the ones that didn't want to do what needed to happen along the border. And as we speak right now, as I talk to you to this microphone, I don't even know what that meant. As I speak to you and you hear my voice through this microphone. Oh, that's better. It's Monday. We've got people crossing the border right now. We have human trafficking happening as we speak. We have drugs being pushed across the border that are making its way all across the country. Things that can be stopped, except for an administration that is feckless or just really doesn't want to take care of the border.
We will break up big tech monopolies, reject left-wing cancel culture, and we will restore the right to free speech in America. We will protect innocent life. We will defend our Constitution, and we will proudly uphold Judeo-Christian values and principles of our nation's founding. We will care for our veterans, continue to strengthen our military, and give our police officers, Border Patrol, ICE, and law enforcement of all kinds 100% support. There will be no defunding.
Just a little bit of what the president had to say in Ohio over the weekend. Support, thousands of people showing up for the rally. And on the other side, what is this administration doing? And what's going on with the Biden administration currently as we speak? We've got an administration who can't even get their infrastructure stories straight. You know, we're told that Joe Biden goes out with Mitt Romney and Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin and all this. It's a bipartisan agreement, everybody. This is what we've got to do. We got to come together as a country. You see, when Joe Biden's leading the way, you got people like Rob Portman and Mitt Romney following right behind him, which seems...
he is like a little baby.
Yeah, okay. So you got Mitt Romney, who's... You see the kind of bipartisanship that we're talking about on infrastructure spending. Listen, we just want to spend. And by the way, again, for the millionth time, and I would say this, Has anybody ever examined what's going on in the country? And I know the former president brought up infrastructure a lot. I know that President Trump talked about doing an infrastructure bill. I just wonder where all the accounting is, or where all the evidence is to show and prove that we need to be spending billions of dollars on infrastructure, let alone trillions of dollars, and somehow that's a good deal. I'm just asking for the evidence, the accounting. You know, when some green organization or some conservative group or environmentalist group tells the governor that, hey, listen, we need $600 million for us to look into what's going on with the environment in the state of Florida. We need hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars, and we need it now so that we can fight against what is happening here with blue-green algae and the environment and the Everglades. And the governor's like, okay, here you go, $600 million plus, and we'll keep this baby going and going and going. And they're like, awesome, thanks so much. Hey, can we have an accounting on that? Can we see what you're spending the money on? Is that possible? Or do we just give away money now because you demand it, because somehow you're bringing the vote to the governor? And hey, you do us a favor? You want to kick back a little bit? Is that what you're suggesting? That somehow you're going to get all of these millions of our taxpayer dollars, and somehow we're not allowed to ask for the actual proof and accounting that you're doing something with the money that is going towards bettering what it is you say needs to be bettered. Did that come out right? Yeah. When an administration says we have a bipartisan agreement on infrastructure, hey, can we see what the accounting is on that? Can we see the evidence of what, like, where are you going to spend it? Can we actually see the details of where the money is going to go? Like, which portions of infrastructure are in need desperately of repair that isn't happening at the state level, and the federal level needs to come in and save the day? You know, saving the day, like those who do not have to worry about paying a mortgage, do not have to pay the rent, and haven't had to pay the rent for over a year, and the landlords who have had to pay for the rent for others due to COVID, and they're sitting and they're dying on the vine and having to properly make the payments. And then all of a sudden, an all benevolent government comes along and says, hey, guess what? We've got millions of dollars to pay back all of the people, billions of dollars to pay back all those owners, those landlords. We're going to pay you back 100% of the money. Isn't that awesome? And you're like, well, hold on a second. You caused the problem, and now you come along and say you're solving the problem. Hey, that's all well and good, that 100% of that. And this is happening, by the way, in places like California, where the governor, Newsom, is coming along and saying, hey, all you rich landlords that are out there, you know, there's the recall election, and you might want to vote for me. Look at this. I saved the day, and I brought you all this money back. Hey, what happens to all the responsible people that are out there who ended up paying their rent, who decided that they weren't going to, put shoes on the kids' feet this month as far as something new and fancy, that we're going to just keep going a couple of extra months with what we have, that maybe they couldn't buy some of the staples that they usually buy, and they had to kind of cut back a little bit, or maybe they decided not to take a vacation or do something that they wanted to do, go to a restaurant that they love and cut back because they wanted to be responsible and pay for the rent. Those people, hey, did they get their money back? Because all the people that lasted a year not paying rent, you know, they're the ones that don't have anything to worry about. It's the fools, the suckers, that decided to be responsible and cared about, all the things that have to do with being a responsible person, even during a time of COVID, and where they could pay the money back and wanted to be responsible and do that and do the right thing. Because now we're not talking about, the super poor here that were the ones that were covered in places like California. We're talking about, even in San Francisco, we're talking about families, a two-person family making $140,000. They get a bailout as well. They're the ones that didn't have to pay a rent. Did you know that? Did you know that $80,000 in California, if you were making $80,000 as a household, that you didn't have to pay rent there as well? Did you know that? How many other places? How many other people that could have afforded, that did the right thing, that had to tighten their belts a little bit to make it happen because it was the thing to do, where others were like, not doing it. I don't have to. The government's telling them I have to. That those people don't. It's like the student loan bailouts. All the people that did the right thing, well, Sucker. But anyway, this infrastructure deal comes out with a bipartisan and then ends up going in the same day and going, oh, no. And Nancy Pelosi's like, hey, no, we're not doing this. You got to pass this huge, humongous American Families Plan $2 trillion deal. If you don't do that at the same time, we're not doing it. And Biden's like, oh, yeah, if we don't do it together, yeah, it's not going to happen. And then we find out this weekend that it's like, yeah, I got to clarify this. We don't have to do it in tandem. Yeah, I kind of messed up a little bit there. And even Chris Wallace was talking to Jonathan Swain from Axios. And he's like, this is kind of weird, embarrassing. What did he just do?
Help me sort this out here, because first the president announces this bipartisan deal on infrastructure, but then he seemed to condition it. He wouldn't sign that unless he also got, on a straight party line vote through the Senate, a huge multi-trillion-dollar social program spending bill. Then when Republicans started to back out, he issues this clarification that we've talked about, saying, no, the two are separate. There's no in tandem deal here. He'll sign the infrastructure bill, and yes, he's going to fight for the other one, but there's no conditionality. One, how much scrambling was going on at the White House between the first statement by the president and this clarifying statement, and do they feel that the clarification has fixed the problem?
Yeah, so how much scrambling was going on behind the scenes, because if it was the Trump administration, they were an absolute mess, and we don't want to talk too much about Trump and talk too much about his policies and the things that he was doing that was really helping to bring this country back. And now we're in a situation that we're in right now, and everybody knows that the policies that the former president had, we're kind of doing the right thing. And all of a sudden we have to focus on the person and how awful he is. And we need to have somebody else in a leadership position. And that may be the case. It may not be the case. But somehow we're supposed to throw it all out and look at the Biden administration and how they're covering tush. And you got Jonathan Swain from Axios. What about this, Jonathan? What were they doing behind the scenes, the very deft, brilliant Biden administration?
Scrambling was about 11 out of 10. And actually, gaslighting was initially at least 11 or 12 out of 10.
There you go. They're just gaslighting. And right, exactly. They're a hot mess. But keep focusing on the former president. Gotcha. All right. So they're an infrastructure deal. Now it's like, no, we want to show everybody that we can work. See, the other thing to remember, we're going to go to break in just a second, Jake, so go ahead. The other thing to remember in this infrastructure deal, and how now Joe Manchin is like, listen, we got a bipartisan agreement on infrastructure, and listen, I'll go for reconciliation if we have to do this, because now we see that the two parties are coming together, and if you can't even make this happen, oh, well, then I'm going to blow the whole thing up, then I'm ready to do something drastic. Again, I ask the very, very simple question, and I hope this isn't making people uncomfortable, but it's serious, whether it's President Biden, President Trump, President Obama, I don't care who it is. Please explain to us where the infrastructure problems are and how desperate times it is with our infrastructure. I just want to know where that's coming from specifically. And our across the board where we need, I'm not talking about targeted spending on certain places. I'm talking about trillions of dollars across the board. I'm just asking. Specific places, not specific situations, not one specific building or one specific bridge or some of the tragedies and horrific things we've heard about. I'm talking about across the board where the federal government has to come in and spend trillions. Just show us. And they won't. All right, 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. If you want to watch, we appreciate it. Trace O'Shea has traffic.
Good Monday morning. It is a foggy start to the morning commute on Alligator Alley if you're taking a ride toward the East Coast, or in southern Collier as well, toward East Naples, Marco Island, Isle of Capri, Goodland. It is going to be a little bit of a problem with visibility on the road, so take it slow out there this morning. Looking good as far as crashes go. We are crash-free across Collier, Lee, and Charlotte counties. 75, not seeing any delays up through Fort Myers. Getting a little busier on Colonial Boulevard through the interstate, and Daniels Parkway passing through I-75 as well. well. Lehigh Acres seeing delays on Westgate Boulevard and Alvin Avenue in both directions approaching Lee Boulevard. State Road 82 looking good, though. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day is in the forecast as highs will hit the 90s, with a few of us even feeling like we're in the triple digits. Otherwise, scattered rain chances build this afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Do you want to know a secret? I know more about air conditioning than a lot of the so-called technicians in this business, and I'm just a kid. Kobe Cooling is voted the best AC company year after year because we use real NATE certified mechanics and not sales techs. We give you the best trained team in South Florida on every call. Don't take a chance with your indoor comfort and air quality. Call us at Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Manufactured in the USA, Plantation Shutters for You is the best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed just for you. Built to last forever. They will not be undersold. Start with a free consultation. PlantationShuttersForYou.com. And God bless everyone.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
Inside the Trane testing facility, our heating and cooling products go through endless torture tests to ensure they can run through anything. And when we say torture, we don't take that lightly. We drop them, slam them against the wall, shake them, and then expect them to run without an extra decibel in our anechoic sound chamber. Without fail. Drop, slam, shake, silence. Drop, slam, shake, silence. And there's no end in sight. We test, so it runs.
Things are heating up, and you may notice that old AC system just isn't keeping up like it used to. It's time for you to get the Purified experience. Visit purifiedac.com to get special financing on a new system installation. Subject to credit approval, see dealer for details. Purified Air also offers free estimates and 24/7 emergency service so you can have the Purified experience when you need it the most. Visit purifiedac.com to get the Purified experience for yourself. That's purifiedac.com, license number CAC 1817070.
It's hard to stop a train,
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have two Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Every day in business is a big day. Whatever your day brings, Comcast Business can help you handle it with reliable gig speeds and advanced cybersecurity solutions. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Call for details.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I just want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Strikes overnight on 3 targets in Iraq and Syria.
They are all said to be facilities used by militia groups supported by Iran. The US is describing the airstrikes as defensive retaliation for recent attacks by militias aimed at US troops. There's no official word on casualties. It's the second time President Biden has ordered airstrikes in the region since taking office.
Fox's Simon Owen, Iraq's military spokesman, calls the airstrikes in his country a breach of sovereignty. Police in New York City are looking for 2 suspects in a shooting in Times Square, injuring a bystander.
A tourist was hit by a stray bullet near the Marriott Hotel. The victim is in stable condition with non-life-threatening injuries. According to the New York Post, it was a result of a dispute between 2 groups. In May, another Times Square shooting injured 3 people, including a 4-year-old girl.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Monday morning. It is a foggy start to the morning commute on Alligator Alley if you're taking a ride toward the East Coast, or in southern Collier as well, toward East Naples, Marco Island, Isle of Capri, Goodland. It is going to be a little bit of a problem with visibility on the road, so take it slow out there this morning. Looking good as far as crashes go. We are crash-free across Collier, Lee, and Charlotte counties. 75, not seeing any delays up through Fort Myers. Getting a little busier on Colonial Boulevard through the interstate, and Daniels Parkway passing through I-75 as well. Lehigh Acres seeing delays on Westgate Boulevard and Alvin Avenue in both directions approaching Lee Boulevard. State Road 82 looking good, though. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day across the state as highs get right back into the 90s with triple-digit feels-like temperatures in some locations. On and off rain showers will begin around noon and stick with us through the late afternoon and evening hours. Otherwise, our run of active weather continues into this week, so we'll have on and off scattered showers each and every day into your 4th of July weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Everyone understands that when you buy more, you should pay less. It's called a volume discount. Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to make and install your windows. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the 4th window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Award-winning, energy-efficient windows that will save you money and protect your home. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Are you looking to have built or repaired a shingle, metal, or tile roof? Do you want to hire a company where the owner personally inspects your job and every job? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers Roofing. If the answer is yes,
844-WB-BUILT.
WB Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a quote for the construction or repair of a shingle, metal, or tile roof, call me, Jimmy.
844-WB-BUILT.
Or visit us at 2944 South Street in Fort Myers. Williamson Brothers Roofing also specializes in standing seam metal roofs and commercial flat roofs. Satisfied clients include Florida Gulf Coast University and Pensacola State College. Call Williamson Brothers Roofing at 844-WB-BUILT. That's
844-WB-BUILT.
That's 844-WB-BUILT.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. New 2021 Genesis G70s have 0% financing and 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. And we have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months of $0 per month per 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, just a reminder to everybody that this Friday is our first Friday of the month, and that means we will be out on the road. We'll be at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. Once again, doing our first Friday broadcast from 6 to 9 a.m. We'll be there live, and we hope to see you there joining us. They open up an hour earlier at 6 a.m. so that you can enjoy breakfast, grab a coffee, and hang out with us. And we always have a great crowd. It's always a lot of fun. Maybe this week we'll even have Jake the Millennial. He's been teasing this week after week after week. Well, maybe month after month after month since we've been doing this, that he may show up. And the crowd demands it. And so maybe this is the week. I mean, we're going into 4th of July weekend. This is the weekend that you should be there. The crowd demands it.
I'll talk to my assistant.
You have an assistant? How did you do that? Did they get paid?
No, they don't.
So like you. All right. So Jake the Millennial possibly be there with us as well. So Oaks Farm Seed the Table, our first Friday broadcast, and we hope to see you there, corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. Oh boy, I'm looking at my hair on the drewsteele.com, and what is this thing sticking up? Can you see this? What is that thing? I got horns here. What is going on?
The start of a mohawk.
Is that what it is?
Just a little bit.
No, it looks like something just grew out of my skull. It's pretty weird looking.
Hair.
No, it's not hair. All right, I can tell you, if the hair is going in the completely opposite direction, my friend. That's not the way it's working right now. All right, drewsteele.com, the website. Also, we've got Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD coming up in about 10 minutes if you want to play. We'd love to have you. All right, so a couple of things that are going on we keep an eye on today, including how horrible and disgusting the United States is, to the point where, man, if you're going to the Olympics, the only reason why people compete in sports, the only reason why it's like the woke Olympics, is that what it is now? It's not like the constant variety of sports. It's more like the constant nonsense of woke. Isn't that? I thought that's how the music goes, right? It's
spanning the globe to bring you the constant ridiculousness of woke.
Yeah, it's something like that. Anyway, all right. A U.S. hammer thrower turned away from the American flag as the national anthem played while she and two other athletes stood on the podium at the Olympic trials Saturday, later saying she was ticked off. And the Star-Spangled Banner played as she received her bronze medal, and she didn't want any part of that, and it was a setup. It was an absolute setup. That's what she said. They did it on purpose. Barry said of the anthem being played, I was pissed, to be honest, is the word that she used. They had enough opportunities to play the national anthem before we got up there. Are you listening to this? I'm trying to figure out who's on the side of this individual, this U.S. hammer thrower. You're competing in the Olympics, but you don't want to compete for the country. You don't want the American flag being shown anywhere near you, and you don't want the anthem played while you're up there winning. The Star-Spangled Banner, forget about it. The picture is just of her just looking off. It's everything that you are inspired by when it comes to the Olympics and Olympic competition and people that compete for this country. She's claiming they had enough opportunities where the trials were being held in Oregon. This was during these Olympic trials. I was thinking about what I should do. Eventually, I stayed there and I swayed. I put my shirt over my head. By the way, her shirt says activist athlete. There's a lot of those right now. There are a lot of these activist athletes. One in particular, wasn't it the transgender BMX rider that's going to be in the Olympics who said that they hope they win so that they can burn the American flag? Why are you bothering? Why are you doing this? Why compete for a country that you despise? Isn't that part of what we are all worried about? When we hear about critical race theory being taught in our schools. Oh, no, this is this teaching of slavery. What's the matter with you? You don't want to teach about our history? You know that's not what it is. I know that's not what it is. The people that have been showing up at school board meetings and have been showing up in principals' offices and different schools and school board, we know what's going on. We know that that's not what it is. We understand what you're trying to do. And we continue to push back. She said her purpose and her mission is bigger than sports. She's here to represent those who died due to systemic racism. That's the important part. That's why she's competing, everybody. Gwendolyn Berry, the reason why she is a shot putter and she's doing this is all because she wants to be out there to show about those who died due to systemic racism. And that's what it was about. The national anthem was scheduled to play at 5:20 p.m. today. A U.S. track and field representative who disputed the characterization of Miss Berry said, scheduled at 5:20. We didn't wait till the athletes were on the podium for the Hammer Throw Awards. The national anthem's played every day according to a previously published schedule. Yeah, Joe Biden should do something about this. This is an outrage. He should get on a microphone and speak to this directly. The same way that he has made his way to Surfside in Miami to speak about the tragedy, the horrific tragedy there at the Surfside condo, and how we are still looking at this news story and continue to talk about this and get more information as the days are moving forward. There's more information coming up of how this possibly could have happened. The same way that Joe Biden has stepped up to South Florida and been there to grieve with the families and talk about the federal support that's being put out there is the same way that he should speak out about. Oh, wait, he hasn't been to Miami, has he? Last time I checked, is anything on the schedule? Do we have anything on the schedule yet about that? Okay. So that's what it's all about. She's a shot putter because she wants to, or a hammer thrower, not a shot putter, a hammer thrower. Big difference. Sorry. Because she wants to show everybody about systemic racism. That's what this is all about. Speaking of critical race theory, there's a little more on that story. Hey, how many of you are thinking that you're just going to sit back and maybe you don't feel like it's having any kind of effect? You're worried about it. You got to keep the fight up. And how is it in other states right now where people are starting to realize that they've had enough with teaching these lies about systemic racism and lies about our founding in the 1619 Project and the lies about how nobody wants to teach our kids about slavery? That's the no. That's not what is going on, and you know it. Look at what's happening in Virginia. The need for parents and community to be involved when it comes to the education of our kids is evident all over the country. Everybody knows that it's important for parents to be involved. And most parents are, and they want to know what's going on. That's why they have PTAs, parent-teacher associations, right? You get to, with the parent and the teachers, they get together. You get to ask the teachers, the parent, hey, what's going on with the kids? What are you teaching here? And as more parents get actively involved in the community, you come to find out that there are many parents who are like, you know what? Not only do I not want to sit on the sidelines anymore and I want to get in the game, I really want to get in the game. I want to run for some of these school boards. And there are many people that are getting prepared to do that in 2022 right here in Southwest Florida. And I am so happy to hear about that. And we are going to vet everybody, and we're going to find the best candidates because, for example, Lee County School Board, we got a clean house. So what's going on in Virginia? Get this. It turns out that there were some parents that decided to run for school board because they were tired of what was happening. And they won. Anti-CRT parents. They ran in some recent PTA elections, and they won the majority of the seats on the board. How about that? Well, guess what Virginia is doing now? They're threatening to overturn the election results and disband the chapter of the PTA, where the PTA and board members and parents have decided to get in the game and say, you know what, enough is enough. We want control over what is happening, and we have a say in this. And the town said, you know what, we're on board with you and voting these individuals who are anti-CRT. So the Parents Teacher Student Association, the Parent Teacher Association of Virginia sent a letter to abolish the whole group because of the candidates opposed to critical race theory winning. So that's why would you do that? Why would you want to, if critical race theory isn't real, if it's just, it's in your imagination, this whole conservative Republican conspiracy that you've all put together, it's so imaginary. Well, why are you doing that? Why would you disband it? Well, because you people are crazy. You're running for a school board, or you're running for a PTA, and you don't even realize that critical race theory doesn't really. They're concerned parents. They care about education. You do as well. So that's the plan now. Is that what's going to happen? Well, it's not going to happen across a lot of areas of the country. If we have a say in it, and we do. But that is interesting. But that's their choice. All right, what else is going on? 239-479-5592. You know what? Are we prepared to do this right now? Drew's College, can we do this right now? Are you prepared to do this? All right, Jake's prepared. All right, why don't we do this right now? Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you would like to play, I'd love to have you do it right now. Let's have a little bit of fun. You'll win. You'll play. Caller number 5. We'll take your calls right now. 239-479-5592. Caller number 5. You'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. We have a crash we're watching on I-75 southbound near mile marker 123, not too far from the exit to Corkscrew Road. So it looks like that's off on the left-hand shoulder. Just be extra cautious as you're passing through that stretch of 75. We also have a crash in Collier County along Collier Boulevard just before Vanderbilt Beach Road, north of the intersection there near the entrance to Summit Place Boulevard. So watch out for some slight slowdown southbound on that stretch of Collier Boulevard. But clear along 41 this morning. We are watching some patchy fog out to Alligator Alley and parts of Marco Island, so watch out for some slight delays and visibility issues nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day is in the forecast as highs will hit the 90s, with a few of us even feeling like we're in the triple digits. Otherwise, scattered rain chances build this afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. My family and I are putting down roots right here in Southwest Florida and are so happy to be a part of this community. We hope to meet you out at one of the country clubs or walking the town center or out on one of the beautiful beaches or parks. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Gary, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
All right, listen up. Rockstar Harley needs used bikes and is giving NADA retail value when trading for a new Harley this week. No matter how much you owe on it, Rockstar Harley will trade anything. Bikes, cars, ATVs, RVs, and more. NADA retail value for your motorcycle. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. All credit applications considered at Rockstar Harley. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida with rates such as 0.99% APR. Retail trade value ends this Sunday. Adjustments made based on reconditioning and mileage. Any negative trade-in equity may be applied to new amount financed on approved plus average credit.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Colin in Naples. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, Drew. How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Let's see. In 1789, this individual was inaugurated as the country's first president of the United States. Who was that person?
I think that would be Washington.
That's correct, sir. It's just another way of doing it. All right, so you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who was president in the year 2001?
2001, Bush, George W.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Can you name 3 wars that were fought by the United States in the 1800s? 3 of them.
The Spanish-American War.
All right.
In the 1800s. Oh, crap. Revolutionary War. What was that? The Spanish-American? Wasn't that the same? Revolutionary War.
No. Well, all right. So I'll just
Damn, I'm out. I'm out.
That's okay. Listen, it's all right. Civil War is one of them. War of 1812 is one of them. That's all right. It's okay. All right. Well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The Bill of Rights.
There you go. See, you came back strong. All right. Well, congratulations. You got a master's degree today on Drew's College. See, so a little slip up. It's Monday. It's a Monday kind of thing, and then you came back strong. And that's what it's all about. It's about coming back strong.
I love you guys, Drew. Love seeing you out there at Oaks, too.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll be there Friday, so we appreciate you, my friend. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples will be there once again. It's our first Fridays of the month. It's coming up this Friday, and it's going to be a special July 4th celebration. I'm not really sure how much we're going to do as far as the special part, but it's always special when we're there, and we'll figure out the rest when the time comes. All right. I did want to get into this, and we're going to wait till next hour to get to it. So, a couple of things did happen over the weekend, actually on Friday, and you're going to see how they're kind of connected. I don't understand how a drug could necessarily be right-wing, and even Bill Maher over the weekend was talking about it. Why don't we have more information on therapeutics? Well, the answer is politics. It's pretty disgusting when you consider that lives can be lost or saved due to these drugs, these therapies, and yet we're not allowed to talk about them. They're censored on social media. And the lies that are put out there and how detrimental those lies can be. And how tired and frustrating it becomes when we're willing to not only lie about a situation willingly, because all the evidence is there, but to put it in posterity, to put it out there for what would be years and years, decades, when people will go to a location. Can you imagine going to a location that is dubbed to be a monument? A national memorial. Can you imagine going to a national memorial? And when you step up to the national memorial, you read the plaque, you read what's going on at this memorial, and all of it is a lie. And the people who put the memorial together knew it was a lie, but did it because of politics. Nobody would do that, right? I mean, with the same people that decided to make drugs, therapeutics, life-saving drugs political, thereby costing people lives. Would those same people create a national memorial that's filled with lies knowingly for generations to come? Details coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
With the value of the U.S. dollar continuing to slump due to unprecedented money printing, it has never been more important to protect your savings and retirement accounts from inflation. Many hardworking Americans, just like you and I, are turning to a proven method to protect what we work so hard to earn, real gold. You can have real gold delivered privately and securely to your home, or have real gold put into your IRA or 401k. Just call Oxford Gold Group right now, 833-928-GOLD. The Oxford Gold Group will teach you everything you want to know about owning real gold. It's a lot easier than you think. Call the Oxford Gold Group now at 833-928-GOLD to get your free precious metals investment guide. Talk to them about getting...
Good morning, Facebook. Can anybody hear my voice?
About having real gold placed in your IRA or 401k. The Oxford Gold Group is here to help you protect your savings and retirement from the unknown. Call them now, 833-928-GOLD. So, what are you waiting for? 833-928-GOLD. Get your gold you can hold from the Oxford Gold Group, 833-928-GOLD.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new bed.
Well, if you hear me, I hope you have a wonderful morning. And thanks for tuning into the YouTube stream. We appreciate it.
The homemade taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Bluebell introduced the original cookies and cream ice cream. So every time you dig into that familiar creamy vanilla ice cream that's loaded with chunks of chocolate cream cookies, you can say thanks. You're more than welcome.
Either way, Gary, as long as you can hear me, it works.
Are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Walmart supercenters and Walmart neighborhood markets.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
They're using sonar and lasers, listening and still looking for survivors. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, in the rubble of that collapsed condo building in Surfside, Florida.
We're just really holding on to family right now and waiting. It sounds horrible, but we don't have hope that we're going to be able to see them again.
Pablo Rodriguez's mom and grandmother are among the missing. 9 people confirmed dead. Fox's Evan Brown monitoring live from Broward County.
Yeah, Dave, still more than 150 people unaccounted for following the Champlain South condo tower falling. That's as of yesterday when officials last gave an update.
We just need a few more miracles each day, and we need to start pulling people out of that rubble and reuniting them with the families.
Surfside's Mayor Charles Burkett, they've been busing family of the missing closer to the building site for opportunities for prayer and reflection. Meanwhile, rescue workers have carved out a trench in the debris mound some 40 feet deep, Dave.
Evan, the U.S. has gone on the attack in Syria for the second time since February, another round of airstrikes.
The U.S. targeting Iran-backed militia. We're told these were operational and weapons storage facilities that have engaged in UAV attacks against U.S. assets in Iraq. Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby called the strikes necessary and appropriately limited in scope. Quote, the United States took necessary, appropriate, and deliberate action designed to limit the risk of escalation, but also send a clear and unambiguous deterrent message.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard. One airstrike also hit inside Iraq, which prompted an Iraqi military spokesman to call it an unacceptable breach of sovereignty. There are reports of several Iraqi militant deaths, and a statement from those Iran-backed groups vows revenge. A spike in COVID cases has brought renewed restrictions in Australia and south of Africa, but as infections decline here, more orders are being lifted.
Starting today, Pennsylvanians will no longer have to wear masks in most situations. They'll still be required on public transportation and in hospitals.
America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Tracking major delays on US 41 southbound right near the Robin Stuckey in Fort Myers. That's on South Cleveland Avenue. 2 southbound lanes blocked heading toward Daniels Parkway, and we're seeing those delays coming down from College Parkway toward Cypress Lake Drive. Also keeping an eye on a crash heading along 75 southbound, mile marker 123 off to the left-hand shoulder. That's causing delays from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. Some stop and go out there. In Collier County, we have a crash on Collier Boulevard right near Summit Place Boulevard near the entrance to Summit Place, and a disabled vehicle at Davis Boulevard and Airport Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day across the state as highs get right back into the 90s with triple-digit feels-like temperatures in some locations. On and off rain showers will begin around noon and stick with us through the late afternoon and evening hours. Otherwise, our run of active weather continues into this week, so we'll have on and off scattered showers each and every day into your 4th of July weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
It's not the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party.
Talking about what matters.
It's the Republican Party versus an organized crime syndicate.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts up to 30%. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
What's the best way to celebrate July 4th weekend? With a no-pay holiday. Now through Monday, and only at Florida's #1 Nissan dealers, Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Buy a car, pay nothing. Zip, zero, nada. No pay at Sutherland means no money down, no interest financing, and no payments till 2022. Just announced through Monday only. Sutherland is giving you the freedom to trade any vehicle, any make or model, and get paid $8,000 over book value for it. Shop a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. 2 stores full of inventory. And this July 4th weekend, you don't pay at Sutherland. No money down, no interest, and no payments till 2022. Hurry before this no-pay holiday goes. Nobody gives you bigger, brighter, and better July 4th savings. But they end Monday. Only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details. Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's Moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
Are you looking to have built or repaired a shingle, metal, or tile roof? Do you want to hire a company where the owner personally inspects your job and every job? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of WB Williamson Brothers Roofing. If the answer is yes,
844-WB-BUILT.
WB Williamson Brothers Roofing represents the 4th generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a quote for the construction or repair of a shingle, metal, or tile roof, call me, Jimmy.
844-WB-BUILT.
Or visit us at 2944 South Street in Fort Myers. Williamson Brothers Roofing also specializes in standing seam metal roofs and commercial flat roofs. Satisfied clients include Florida Gulf Coast University and Pensacola State College. Call Williamson Brothers Roofing at 844-WB-BUILT. That's
844-WB-BUILT.
That's 844-WB-BUILT.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We do appreciate you watching. Coming up, we're going to talk more detail about 4 more ID'd in the collapse there in Surfside of the Condo there in Miami Beach. The death toll is still at 9 and still more questions than answers, although there are more people coming along that are talking about structural damage. Was there structural damage? An ex-inspector denied getting a Florida condo study of a major structural damage. So there's a little back and forth there, and I'll get you the latest coming up in just a bit. And also, bottom of the hour, top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. And a reminder that coming up on Friday, if you've got nothing else going on, maybe you're getting ready for a long holiday weekend celebrating the country, and getting excited about that, and maybe Friday you want to get a little early start on that vacation. We would love for you to start your day, your morning with us, as we will be broadcasting live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table this Friday, because it is our first Friday of the month. And you know how we love being out and doing the show on the road. And who knows, I'm looking at Jake the Millennial right now, and I don't know if he's listening to me or not. I see him talking. That maybe this is the week that Jake will finally show up. It'll be that kind of special. 6 to 9 a.m. at Oaks Farm, Seed to Table. They open up early at 6 a.m. so you can grab a cup of coffee, bring the family, come hang out. It's always a lot of fun. And who knows what surprises we'll have in store. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. You know, a couple of stories that I was looking at over the weekend, and obviously more and more stories are coming out about the vid and some of the things that we know and don't know. Some of the things that we know certainly about the vid and what it is and the therapeutics that work, the vaccine, and whether or not that people who have had it already should be vaccinated. No, actually, you know what? There are things that we know, but we're told that what you see is not really what you see. I mean, there's still a lot of confusion going on with the vid and how much of this is political, and why would you do that? You know, we have the stories about, for example, what should have been done in the state of Florida and other places. The governor, DeSantis, was on with Mark Levin over the weekend, and he was talking about a lot of the lockdowns that happened in the state, and it's a good thing we didn't react the same way some states did.
You just have so many threats to freedom nowadays, and what we're doing is we've essentially Katie barred the door to protect Floridians and to protect their freedoms and opportunities. And you see it in a number of different ways. Obviously, we were the leading state fighting against coronavirus lockdowns. We had kids in school in person for the entire school year. I believe had Florida not done that, you would not see the other states to have followed. Canada, for example, still locked down.
Yeah, I mean, still locked down. Is that what you want? These continued lockdowns where we see what is happening in places that do lock down and what happens to the liberty and the freedoms and the economies of these states? When we come to find out that even Cheryl Atkinson, who was talking about it on her Twitter account, CDC experts falsely told the public and medical professionals that studies show COVID-19 vaccine is effective for those who already have the vid. The opposite is true, but they're still pushing it. The CDC is still pushing this. Why are they doing it? And, you know, there's a double-edged sword in a society that has so much information in social media that's out there. The bad news is that there are bad actors that are out there playing the social media universe and putting things out and also censoring information that should be out, which is really bad. The good news is with a lot of the social media that's out there, you're also able to disseminate the facts and get the truth out there and have people decide for themselves, whether it's about masking or whether it's about vaccine and other things. But really the question becomes, why do we have a public? Maybe it's not even public, but why do we have people in this country that are so willing to accept lies? Why is it that there are certain individuals, certain political groups, certain people, certain organizations that are willing to lie to you and gaslight you, and even with all the evidence that is in front of you, to lie to your face and say what you see is not true, and there are people that are willing to accept it. And maybe on the other side of the willing to accept it, forget the willing to accept it, that there are people that will do it to a degree that could last decades, generations, a lifetime. So what am I talking about? Two different stories that I saw over the weekend. You know, one was by Matt Taibbi talking about ivermectin. Can a drug be right-wing? Can a drug be right-wing? There's no way. How could you even suggest something like that? Even Bill Maher was talking about it over the weekend and talking about ivermectin and drugs being right-wing, and we want the information, and big tech shouldn't be censoring things like ivermectin, right?
That's who I'm checking on. The WHO's been very corrupt about a lot of and the CDC's been wrong about a lot of This is outrageous that I can't look this information up, and now they're doing it with this drug ivermectin They threw Brett Weinstein off YouTube, or almost. He's one strike away. YouTube should not be telling me what I can see about ivermectin. Ivermectin isn't a registered Republican. It's a drug. No. Well, I don't know if it works or not, and a lot of other doctors don't either.
Yeah, well, thanks, sir, for coming to the party. You're a little late, Bill Maher, but that's okay. A party that's been out there for a very long time, and people saying things like hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. Why in the world are we putting these things aside and making believe that they don't work, that there's no science that is out there, and the suggestion that people who are desperate, who want to find out if these things and these therapies will work, how dare you say that you're not even allowed to talk about it on social media, and how, because of what? It's a right-wing drug because the president of the United States in the past said something about this, that it may work, and you have a problem with the president? That's sick. It's really sick, especially with this Matt Taibbi story. When you read about this, on December 31st of last year, an 80-year-old Buffalo area woman named Judith Smentikowitz. Sorry, I'm sorry about the last name. But this woman named Judith fell ill with COVID. She was rushed by ambulance to Millard Fillmore Suburban Hospital in Williamsville, New York, where she was put on a ventilator. Her son, Michael, and his wife flew up from Georgia, were given the grim news. Judith, doctors said, had a 20% chance of survival, and even if she made it, she'd be on a ventilator for months. As December passed into New Year's, Judith's health declined. Her family members, increasingly desperate, have been doing what other people in the internet age do. They Google in search of potential treatments. They saw stories about the anti-parasitic drug Ivermectin, learning, among other things, that a pulmonologist named Pierre Corey just testified before the Senate that the drug had, quote, a miraculous impact on COVID patients. Before the Senate. The family pressured doctors at the hospital to give Judith the drug. The hospital initially complied, administering one dose on January 2nd. And according to her family's court testimony, they went to court, a dramatic change in her condition ensued. In less than 48 hours, my mother was taken off a ventilator, transferred out of the intensive care unit, sitting up on her own and communicating, the patient's daughter told the court. After the reported change in Judith's condition, what do you think the hospital did? The hospital backtracked and refused to administer more. Frustrated, the family turned on January 7th to a local lawyer named Ralph Lorigo. Lorigo assigned one of his attorneys to review materials given to them by the family, which included Corey's Senate testimony. I was so convinced by what Corey was saying, I saw the passion and the belief. And so Lorigo immediately sued the hospital, filing to state Supreme Court to force the facility to treat according to the family's wishes. Long story short, the court agreed with the family. They gave her the second shot after a series of quasi-absurd dramas that included the hospital refusing to let the family physician phone in the prescription. The doctor had to drive to the hospital. They wouldn't let the doctor call in the prescription. He had to go to the hospital. I mean, this is crazy. She went back on ivermectin, out in 6 days. The octogenarian client went back to her life, including working 5 days a week. There are other stories here in the same story, exactly the same. Getting a shot of ivermectin, getting better. The hospital saying, no, we're not going to give you any more. Having to go to court. Second shot, person's fine. Multiple stories like this. All over the country there were stories like this. How does this happen? How is this possible? We come to find out that people are saying, oh, no, WHO, like Bill Maher was talking about. As corrupt as the day is long, the WHO is saying, I don't know, we're advising you to use against it. We need further study. Well, there's been a large-scale clinical trial at Oxford. And I think we've talked about this. More and more studies showing that the safety and efficacy, we're fine here. But, of course, because Donald Trump first announced it, and he talked about it, talked about other therapies, that somehow because it's a right-wing drug that we're not allowed. How many lives could have been saved? And if you're a communist, a social, a Democrat, How do you square up with this? How do you say that this is okay? It's not okay. And it's these worlds of lies that have been created that are so frustrating. And I'll give you another example, and a lot of people may not like that I'm about to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The president over the weekend signed a bill designating Pulse, the nightclub, a national memorial. Just over 5 years ago, the Pulse nightclub, a place of acceptance and joy, became a place of unspeakable pain and loss. And will never fully recover, but we'll remember. May no president ever have to sign a monument like this. Jill Biden's there, others, designating the National Pulse Memorial. Hey, listen, there were Republicans that sponsored this as well. Senator Rick Scott passed it unanimously in the Senate. He was the one that sponsored it. Val Demings, Stephanie Murphy on the Democrat side. There were Republicans and Democrats all wanted to go along with this. I have a question. Why? And I mean this in all seriousness. Why are we lying about the Pulse nightclub shooting, and why are we lying about this memorial? Like, why are we doing this? And you may think that this is harsh, and how dare I say this, and this is disrespectful. Is it really disrespectful? Is it disrespectful for the just about 50 people who lost their lives in this horrific shooting because of a crazy person who was committed to acts of violence, motivated by rage over Obama's bombing campaigns in Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan, and randomly chose the Pulse nightclub? He didn't know it was a gay club. He didn't know anything about it. And this was proven in court. This was proven by his wife. This was something that was talked about. How Republicans and Democrats and people talking about an attack on the LGBTQ community, and people started to speculate. And early on, sure, there was a lot of speculation about the shooter. His professed support for ISIS, chose Pulse because it was a gay nightclub. The problem is that we did have time go by and get to the truth. And we know that the truth is that it wasn't about shooting gay people. It wasn't anything about that. It was about shooting the most people he could at once. A horrific tragedy, yes, indeed. But the fact that this was about an individual going after the gay community is a lie. It's just not true. And we know that because of FBI investigations. We know that because of interviews in the case, contacting people. And I'm looking at a story at a Zero Hedge. It was written by Glenn Greenwald, at Substack. The enduring false narrative about the Pulse massacre shows the power of media propaganda. And again, it was horrible. It was tragic. It was horrific. But the idea that we're going to memorialize this lie about what it was and what it was not about someone who was looking for gays to kill and shoot in the gay community. It was not anything like that. And yet now we're going to have a memorial that for generations is going to lie to individuals about what happened and the truth and the facts behind that story. That's maddening. Because how many other things will come up now where we'll be lied to, where our kids will be lied, where generations will be lied to? And again, I'm not taking anything away from the fact that it was horrible and tragic. No doubt about it. But at the same time, that there are those that know the facts, know the truth, as Glenn Greenwald described. The enduring falsehood, which continues to deceive many well-meaning people through this very day, long past the point that it has been definitively debunked, is damaging. Lying about what happened dishonors the victims. It harms the cause of the LGBT equality community, which doesn't need lies and fabrications to be just a movement. Obscures how often U.S. violence in the Muslim world causes blowback, to use the CIA's terms, by motivating others to bring violence to the U.S. as retaliation and deterrence for violence against innocent Muslims, and a major reason for the completely unjust prosecution of certain individuals, and the questions as to why you would want to lie about this and then memorialize it. And it's all about the sides. It's all about the politics. It's all about bringing up the Biden brand, if you will. And to lie about something like this is wrong. To lie about something like Ivermectin is wrong. It's just stunning. It's just stunning. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com is the website. We appreciate you watching. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, and subject to change. Security Edge not included. Actual speeds vary.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty Show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
I suffered with plantar fasciitis for almost 20 years.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life.
If you suffer with plantar fasciitis, the search for pain relief can feel like an endless and hopeless ordeal.
I would try drugstore, insoles and supports.
I've been through surgeries, foot injections.
I was trying all different things. Not a single one worked.
If you think you've tried everything to relieve your foot pain, you probably haven't tried arch supports from the Good Feet store.
And then I was driving past the Good Feet store, and I thought, why not? Give it a try. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet. Then it was like, okay, this is different. These make a difference.
I don't have foot pain anymore. I'm so glad I'm at Good Feet. It changed my life.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. We hear the term family business all the time, but what does that really mean? Well, at Kobe Cooling, it means that over half of our team members are related in our family. My mom and dad, Mimi and Pop, and my uncles, and my aunts. There's family everywhere. Oh yeah, folks, it's like a family reunion every day. When we say family business, we really mean it. So call Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. And support our local family business. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Hey guys, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. And today we talk about cognitive function. Are you struggling with your memory, or maybe you notice that it's taking you longer to process information? Do you also notice that your reaction time is slower than it used to be? Maybe you've just decided that this is what getting old looks like, or maybe that's what some doctor has told you, that this is just from getting old. But studies actually show that getting regular chiropractic care, specifically getting adjusted in your neck, can dramatically improve your cognitive function. So if you struggle with memory loss, slowed reaction time, or slowed processing time, and you're wondering if chiropractic can help you too, call us at 239-628-4899. That phone number is 239-628-4899. And remember, your power is on.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Tracking major delays on US 41 southbound right near the Robin Stuckey in Fort Myers. That's on South Cleveland Avenue. 2 southbound lanes blocked heading toward Daniels Parkway, and we're seeing those delays coming down from College Parkway toward Cypress Lake Drive. Also keeping an eye on a crash heading along 75 southbound mile marker 123 off to the left-hand shoulder, but it's causing delays from about Alico Road down through Corkscrew Road. Some stop and go out there. In Collier County, we have a crash on Collier Boulevard right near Summit Place Boulevard near the entrance to Summit Place, and a disabled vehicle at Davis Boulevard and Airport Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another hot and humid day across the state as highs get right back into the 90s with triple-digit feels-like temperatures in some locations. On and off rain showers will begin around noon and stick with us through the late afternoon and evening hours. Otherwise, our run of active weather continues into this week, so we'll have on and off scattered showers each and every day into your 4th of July weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust
It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with an update on critical race theory, the latest attempt by the left to divide our country along racial lines by teaching kids to hate their country, hate themselves, and hate each other. It's total bullshit, and it's being promoted by leftist race baiters, peddled by the teachers union, and pushed into student textbooks. But on June 10th, Florida's Board of Education voted to ban critical race theory from being taught in public school classrooms, and you have my word that I'll file legislation to give this ban the force of law. I'm going to fight this state-sanctioned racism in every classroom, every courtroom, and every corner of the great state of Florida, because our children deserve nothing less. This is Spencer Roach, and I'm proud to be an American patriot, because we are the good guys. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and never give up, never give in, never back down, and never forget that this is your government and they work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Ask how to get up to 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, and subject to change. Security Edge not included. Actual speeds vary.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, whether it's on your smartphone, smart device, or on your computer, wherever that may be. I'm just trying to see, running through my computer here, and I'm just missing, I'm missing one. I'm, all right, let's see. Let's do this right now. All right, time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
You just have so many threats to freedom nowadays, and what we're doing is we've essentially Katie barred the door to protect Floridians and to protect their freedoms and opportunities. And you see it in a number of different ways. Obviously, we were the leading state fighting against coronavirus lockdowns. We had kids in school in person for the entire school year. I believe had Florida not done that, you would not see the other states to have followed. Canada, for example, still locked down. And I think that's what a lot of these bureaucrats wanted to see.
That is Governor DeSantis on with Mark Levin and Life, Liberty, and Levin over the weekend, talking about the COVID lockdowns and how we're still talking about this, and how, listen, there are a lot of bureaucrats, a lot of people that wanted to see the governor fail, wanted to see the state fail, and wanted to see us in constant lockdowns, taking away our liberties and our freedoms, and quite honestly, destroying the economy and so much more. And he wasn't going to have any part of it. And good for him and good for us.
Number 4.
This place in Surfside, which we observed a cluster of these points, showing us that the condo building was moving at about 2 millimeters per year.
Oof. All right. That is the author of a land study in 2020 from Surfside, who was talking to Fox and Friends this morning, and some movement by the building in years prior to the collapse, where at least 9 people are dead, over 150 still missing. And authorities still trying to figure out how part of the Champlain Towers there in Surfside collapsed. And there are people that are looking at different studies and looking in different areas to try to figure out exactly what happened. And certainly we continue to keep an eye on the story.
Number 3.
This is outrageous that I can't look this information up. And now they're doing it with this drug, Ivermectin. They threw Brett Weinstein off YouTube, or almost. He's one strike away. YouTube should not be telling me what I can see about Ivermectin. Ivermectin isn't a registered Republican. It's a drug. No. Well, I don't know if it works or not, and a lot of other doctors don't either.
Well, that's interesting. Bill Maher maybe a little late to the party, but coming to the party nevertheless, slamming big tech on Friday's episode of his show, criticizing Facebook and Google for censoring content discussing the VIDS lab leak theory, and how all of a sudden he's finding it outrageous, especially with things like ivermectin and therapies that we're told we're not allowed to talk about and we're taken off, and how he wants to get more information and sees now how this monopoly of big tech and how it can control the messaging that is out there, and even the concerns about saving lives.
Number 2.
Scrambling was about 11 out of 10, and actually gaslighting was initially at least 11 or 12 out of 10. I spoke to Republicans and Democrats who were involved in those negotiations. They couldn't believe it when Joe Biden said this. I mean, it is, we should acknowledge, astonishing to basically present this deal as nirvana, the greatest deal that's ever been struck, essential for the American people, and then, in a sort of very short period of time say, but I'm not going to sign it unless it simultaneously arrives on my desk with this other separate bill for social spending.
A funny thing happened. The Biden administration, who decided to say, hey, listen, we've got this great deal. It's on infrastructure, and it's bipartisan, and it's amazing. And Joe Biden stepping up to a podium and saying, hey, what do I say? Okay, I say that it's amazing and everything else. And then we have Nancy Pelosi, who's like, I'm not signing this unless we sign it. We're not going to pass this unless there's a $2 trillion American Families Plan that's going to be enacted at the same time. And Joe Biden says, oh, yeah, we're not going to sign this until it's enacted at the same time. And then now over the weekend deciding to walk it back. And that's Axios' Jonathan Swain, who was on Fox News and Chris Wallace's program over the weekend, saying a lot of gaslighting going on here, a lot of issues. And he talked about this being the most amazing deal ever in the history of deal making. All of a sudden, it's like they're walking it back. Nobody knows what they're doing. That's what's going on.
Number 1.
Next year, the Republican red wave is going to begin right here. With a Republican Congress, we will fight for more jobs for Ohio families, fair trade for Ohio workers, and more Ohio factories forging more products stamped with that beautiful, beautiful phrase, made in the USA.
Oh, no, there's a Trump rally that happened in Ohio, everybody. Thousands of people showing up for the rally. Did you get a chance to see it?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Oh, no, we're not allowed to do this. We're not allowed to do this. But there he is, Donald Trump, out there. Hold on.
Tell all the world, join hands and form a Trump train, a Trump train. Tell all the world, join hands and form a Trump train, a Trump train.
Do you miss me? They miss me. Together, we will send Biden and the media and all of the people that are so bad to our country, big tech tyrants, a message they cannot ever censor, cancel, or ignore. We will take back the House, we will take back the Senate, and we will take back America, and we will do it.
Tell all the world, join hands and form a Trump train, a Trump train.
All right, we're triggering too many people. This is really bad. There's too many people. Oh, no! I know. All right. I just wanted to play the Trump train music. So there you go. It's the former president of the United States. 2 million people watched via Rumble and Right Side Broadcasting. And there were tens of thousands of people showing up there. And that's got to be triggering a bunch of different people, not just Democrats, but even some Republicans that are like, you got to move on. You can't do this. Hey, could we talk about some of the things that he discussed and some of the policies that did work and some of the things we're not seeing? And if you're somebody who wants to get rid of the former president, do we have to throw it all out, everything? And he can't even talk about some of the things that were going on and some of the important things that should be happening. And I know it's. Oh, by the way, this is going to be really bad, right? Because isn't it a super spreader event? I mean, tens of thousands of people showed up there. Are we still talking about super spreader stuff? You know, even in the UK and places like the former, the governor, Ron DeSantis, was talking about, but the governor was talking about on Mark Levin's show about how we don't want to be like Canada doing lockdowns again, and the UK doing lockdowns, and they're all worried about, By the way, a new report out of the UK, the same places that have decided that you gotta shut down, you gotta lock down, it's the only way to do it. They studied several types of gatherings with large groups of people in close proximity and found no substantial outbreaks of the vid following the events. 58,000 people attending, 28 known cases, according to this ERP program. Of the 28 cases, 11 were identified as potentially infectious. Another 17 were marked as potentially infected at or around the time of the event, so they can't even pinpoint it. And, they went through all the different places where the events that were happening in the cases. And, it seems as if nothing to see here move along. There's no substantial outbreaks, but yet there are countries that still want to lock down. Yeah, I think the former president, brought that up, among other things, right at his big rally. If I'm not mistaken, what was he talking about? A couple of different things.
We will stand up to China, make them pay trillions in reparations, and ensure that America, not China, dominates the future.
Well, that if Joe Biden has his way, or anybody else.
We will defend American sovereignty. We will secure America's borders. And we will end illegal immigration.
Yep. Well, he wants to do that. I wonder how many people would push back against that.
We will break up big tech monopolies, reject left-wing cancel culture, and we will restore the right to free speech in America.
The president had a pretty big outing over the weekend in Ohio. And, the speculation. Well, look, the media doesn't want to talk about it. There are a lot of people that really don't want to get into it. And, I get it. I do get it. I mean, I get the fact that there are people that are worried. They're certainly worried about some of the election integrity issues. They're certainly worried about some of the evidence that has come out about how the former president was treated. And a lot of questions that people still have. But again, I think the one frustrating part of all of this is that I see a few different people, not a ton, but I see a few people who are just like, oh, stop talking about Trump. Just stop it. Just shut it down. I want to hear about the things that when he brings up the policies of the past and the things that we were able to do, how we want to keep that alive, don't we? I mean, no, you just got to throw it all out. Fresh faces like Mitt Romney. We need a fresh face. That's what we need.
He is like a little baby.
All right. No, that was Marco Rubio, right? Wasn't like 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. That is the website. Checking out some more stories that are out there. Good stuff. I guess we're going to solve the issues of junk food by not advertising at the UK, joining in the nanny state idea with legislation that's starting in 2023. The government is going to ban junk food advertising online and before 9 p.m. because everybody knows that's how you stop obesity. No kidding. That's one of the things that's out there. It's not a joke. We have a U.S. Olympic track and field trial happening on Saturday, even though the temperatures were like in the 100 plus, right? Wasn't it over the weekend or even yesterday? Wasn't it like 110 or 113 in places like Portland and Seattle? And yeah, it's definitely it's not climate. It's not a climate crisis. It's just But we do have at the trial there, the hammer thrower Gwen Berry turning away from the American flag as the national anthem played. She finished third in the hammer throw, qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics. And by qualifying, she said, "Hey, I want to stand up on that podium and I want to hear the national anthem. I want to stand there and with hand on heart." No, that's not what she did. The national anthem played. With the winner standing on the podium, she turned away from the flag so that she was facing the stands. And then she pulled out a black T-shirt with the words "activist athlete" on the front to cover her head. The question is, why are you doing this? Why, if don't compete to represent the country. Just go compete someplace else. I'm sure there's plenty of track and field events that will be taking place where you can be active in your activism. But if you don't want to... If you don't want to represent the country, then don't do it. So there's that, and I wonder how much we're going to see at the Olympics. How much activism will we see, and whether or not you shut off the TV when you see it, or what may happen, is just the smaller issue. The bigger issue is how across the world, that this is the viewpoint that the majority of the American people feel the way she does. And how we have a generation that's being taught right now in our schools that that's the kind of thing we need to explore, and the systemic racism that she claims that she's fighting against that's going on, which, I'd like to see it in the numbers. Like, where exactly is the systemic racism that you're claiming? Where is that happening? Can you show me the evidence to show that exists? Because I can show you plenty of evidence that would say the opposite. The kind of critical race theory that's being taught in our schools, the ideology that's out there. But no. It won't end up being a problem. It's all for the better of the country. Said very few. But those very few being magnified by a media that goes along with it. And a few bullies on the left who love to show up in your school district and bully those around who might suggest otherwise, that they don't want this being taught in their schools. Yeah, we've had enough of bullies, and we've had enough of people who hate the country so much. Listen, there's plenty of places to go compete. There's plenty of places to do all of that. All right, 239-479-5592. You ready to go? Let's go. We got all kinds of things that are going on. Glenn Beck is next. We hope you have a fantastic, fantastic day. Don't forget, coming up on Friday, This program will be on the road once again. We'll be at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, 6 to 9 a.m. We will be opening up. Well, Oaks Farm's opening up an hour earlier, so 6 a.m. so that you can join us. You can grab a cup of coffee, bring the family. Yeah, bring the kids. I mean, what else do you have there? If you're off from school, right? You're getting ready for the long holiday weekend. Come join us. Come hang out. It's going to be a great morning. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Fridays, coming up this Friday. Look forward to seeing you there. All right, in the meantime, let's find out how the remainder of our forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Another hot and humid day is in the forecast as highs will hit the 90s, with a few of us even feeling like we're in the triple digits. Otherwise, scattered rain chances build this afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Nash Rhodes.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures.